and welcome to the Soul-Voyance podcast. My name is Selina Avalon. I am a psychic medium and astrologer, and I will be sharing some world celebrity events with you. And our supernatural topic of today is spirit orbs. So we're going to start first with our world predictions. So a lot has come in already for September, so I'm just going to go through what has come in and what I think will happen next. So I predicted the resignation of Angela Rayner, and I predicted this last May, and I said it would come in within the next 12 months, and it did. And the reasons were to do with not paying enough tax on her home, and I saw that there would be a financial scandal connected with a new property that has not been revealed. So this has come in. Then we've got, actually see her grassing up Keir Starmer in some way. I don't know whether this is something he's aware of or it'll be behind his back, but she's definitely not happy with how he's treated her. Although she has been in the wrong as well. Now, with Keir Starmer, this is very interesting because I predicted he would resign in October and there would be a new Prime Minister, well, October, November, be a new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom in November. Now, it's already started to happen because a news article came out today that Keir Starmer has now been reported for war crimes about his deal with the Chagos Islands. And this is because he did not tell the other MPs that there was no vote. He just went ahead and submitted the deal. So I predicted very recently that he would be in a sinkhole, metaphorically, around the 21st to the 23rd of October this year, 2025. So this could be actually the start of his sinkhole. So I am still keeping my prediction that, yes, there will be a new Prime Minister in November. Now, the new Prime Minister could be, I see a few strong contenders, but obviously David Lammy wants it. I think Sadiq Khan wants it as well, but I'm not sure if he'll have the time to go through the process of becoming an MP, and because you'll have to be an MP first, because at the moment he's mayor. So I'm not sure he'll have the time because I see events unfolding really quickly. Yvette Cooper is a strong candidate, and Shabana Mahmood is another strong candidate. So I see a few people being strong candidates. So we will see what happens. I'm not being shown clearly because the reason is because I don't actually see that new Prime Minister being there for very long. They could just cover for a bit because I actually see a general election being called before the next, when it's supposed to happen. It's going to be very early, and then there will be a new government. This new government will not be Labour. I believe it will be Conservatives with the Reform Party. Some people want it to be Reform. I don't feel it will be Reform because it's always been Labour Conservative. I actually see, and that's to do with the Freemasonry, but I won't go into that. With a Reform Party, I think I actually see Michael Farage. I see him resigning. It's due to a scandal that comes out. It's not come out fully yet, but he'll resign before the next general election. There'll be another candidate, another leader elected, and because of the scandal, the Reform Party will lose seats. Then it goes back to Conservative. And I do wonder if Kemi Badenoch becomes the Prime Minister after the election. We'll see. I don't like to make concrete predictions at the moment because I'm still focusing on the Keir Starmer one, but this is what's happening. I also see Rachel Reeves resigning this month, September. She'll be pushed out because he's brought other people in to deal with the budget. So yes, he's kind of stabbed her in the back a bit, so to speak. I see her resigning. So there's a lot going on with UK politics. Then, of course, Donald Trump, I predicted a new health speculation. Now, I don't know if it's a real health problem, but there's a speculation. When I tune into his energy, he is unwell. He could have heart problems. He could have a range of problems with his health. And people always ask me, when is he going to die? Well, I don't actually want to do the prediction on that. I'm seeing that actually they're asking me, oh, when will he resign? What I'm seeing with that is actually it's not going to be straightforward. It will be very slow. So it will start with just really bad health problems worsening. And then, sorry, my notes are falling everywhere. So it will start with some health issues worsening. Then, of course, I do see a very big assassination attempt happening. I think it is this year. I felt November was strong. I can't be sure. Sometimes I'm a couple of weeks out, but November could even be going into the end of the year, was a big assassination attempt. He will live, like he's not, he might be injured a bit, but he's not wounded like in a big way where it's fatal wounding, but there might be slight injury, especially on the left side of the shoulder. Maybe he falls, or maybe something, shrapnel hits him, or I don't know if the bullet exactly hits him, but he lives. But this weakens his health further. And then actually see him not necessarily resigning as president, but stepping back from duties. So he could do some minor desk duties, or not very much. And then Vance is sort of taking over, but Vance will still be vice president. So I'm thinking of the UK. Vance will still be vice president, but he will like overtake the duties. And then this is kind of at the turn of the year, maybe January, February, maybe coming towards the end of this year, first quarter of next year. And then gradually Donald Trump's health will just decline and you won't see him much, but Vance will still be deputy. And then at some stage, they'll make an announcement to say that Donald Trump is too unwell to resume duties, or maybe he passes. I don't know which one, but this is next year. So maybe he's too ill. And then Vance then gets inaugurated. It's definitely JD Vance. I saw him, I predicted him 4 years ago. If you see my old YouTube videos, I've described him. He's who I saw. Tall guy, like over 6 foot, dark hair, around 40, ex-military background. And I always saw him as the president. So I actually see him being quite a good president. I think he'll change a lot. He'll change a lot of what's going on now. It will be much more diplomatic. It will be more for the people. Next year is actually going to be a golden age. It's going to be a much better time for the earth. A lot of people are asking me, when does life get better? When does the UK government, the US government, when do they get better? Well, I'm not necessarily seeing wars ending. I think wars are always going to be in the background for a while. I'm seeing World War III progress, and that will include NATO. But I don't actually see that being a very long war either. It's like a very short bombing sortie, and then retraction. I don't know the exact timing for that, but I do think it is, the beginnings of it will start within 12 to 18 months. And I have a feeling that will be under Vance, when Vance is in command. I don't know whether he's still vice president or full president, but it's when he's more in command. I'm also seeing that next year, April the 26th, 2026. So April the 26th of April, 2026. The Egyptian Sphinx's eyes will line up with the Regalis star, which is in the constellation of Leo. It's in my 10th house, which is my career. So that explains a lot. Expansion of psychic knowledge. And this is actually going to be an amazing astrological event. And this was predicted in the Sphinx, in the Akashic records, in the pyramids of Giza. tens of thousands of years ago. It's, well, depends on how old you think it is, but they say that the Egyptian pyramid is, some say it's 73,000 years old. So this was all predicted years ago. And it's said that when the Egyptian eyes, the eyes of the Sphinx align with the Regala star, this will be a golden age. This will be a new era where the timelines on Earth will split. You will go either on the positive timeline or the negative archontic timeline, which is all about control and deception, brainwashing. It's like two lifetimes, two timelines on one Earth. And you will actually see after April next year, you will see the United Kingdom has a new king. You will see a new president of the United States. You'll see a new government for the UK. You will see a lot of new things. And these new things will actually bring a lot of positive change. The change won't happen immediately, but it will be the onset, the start of the change. So I hope that gives some of you listeners and viewers hope. So we're now talking about my war in Gaza predictions. I predicted that Netanyahu would escalate war, and the eclipse was actually in his third house. We had a big lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse in Pisces. It was in his third house, communication. So he was communicating in the style of an escalation of war and lots of war meetings as well. So that has actually come in with this bombing of, I think it was Doha, Qatar, and also I was shown, I got the word mass exodus for Gaza. I got this actually 2 days ago. And the next day we had it in the news that there was like mass exodus. He was telling all the people of Gaza to leave. He was telling them you must leave. So it was like a mass exodus of biblical proportions. I compare it to the exodus of in the Bible of the Moses story. So remember the parting of the Red Seas. So it's actually really heavy energy at the moment with this eclipse. It has created, I wanted to talk about this eclipse because it may have an interest for your life. It has created a lot of endings, a lot of revelations. So endings, people in government resigning, that's Angela Rayner. Revelations, so with Keir Starmer, the war crimes, Trump and the Epstein, I've said it correctly, birthday list. So that has been exposed, and a lot of the victims want to expose the list more. So this is the revelations the eclipse has brought us. And it's just brought us a lot of endings and an unsteady energy. A lot of people have said, a lot of my viewers have left comments saying the eclipse has left them feeling tired, fatigued, and reevaluating their life. But from yesterday onwards, once the eclipse passed, your energy should feel a lot better, more stable, more energetic now. But yes, it's normal that the moon's energy, it's very magnetic. There's a lot of electromagnetic energy there. It will make you feel tired, fatigued, maybe a bit low in mood, and reevaluating what your soul purpose is. Every so often we get a wake-up call, we get a reevaluation of what our path should be, you know, to align to the positive timeline of your life, because that is actually why we are here, to achieve a good experience. So a lot of people, yes, people have asked me various questions, and I hope I've answered them. Now, just to remind you, if you have any questions about world events, you can put them under the comments box, under the Podbean, or any of the platforms that the podcast goes out on. And of course, it will be always on YouTube every week, and you can write your comments in the comments box. So just going to go through a few of the fun predictions that came in this month, this week. We had a new type of chocolate come in, and it was actually made from dates, so date stones. So instead of cocoa beans, it was date stones, and this was to help with sustainability and price as well, because cocoa beans, the price has gone up. I think that was due to Trump's tariffs. I'm not sure. It might have been affected by it. And also the sustainability. So it's easier to regrow, to maintain. And then there was also a vanilla prediction, and that was to do with Scotland making its first batch of vanilla. So that was very interesting. I love the fun predictions. They're so exciting. Then we had our synchronized swimmers doing a special promotion for the protest it was for the biggest oil center in the United Kingdom. So there was something going on with that, and they were holding boards up. And we had Cardi B doing and saying things controversial to promote her album. She was on the street burning incense and playing Bob Marley, and she had all her albums laid out on the pavement, of course, to promote herself. So very controversial there. So we're now going into the astrology of the week. So we have the Sun in Virgo, sextile Jupiter in Cancer. And of course, Keir Starmer's Sun is in Virgo. I think he has a few planets in Virgo. So this is all illuminating some really big issues going on around him. I just thought I'd connect that to him. But for you, what does this mean? It actually means starting new ideas, new plans, new opportunities after the eclipse. It's like a sense of a new feeling, having to maybe change direction a little bit, paying attention to details, maybe sorting a few things out with the Virgo energy. But mainly it's about being optimistic and moving forward and approaching life with optimism, and also like being able to receive new experiences, because of course with eclipses they're usually to do with revelations and endings. So this Virgo in the Sun energy is going to bring in like a new experience. So maybe being open to new options. Don't limit your thinking this week. For some of you the eclipse has been positive, but for some of you maybe it has created endings, and it's been like a bit of a downer for you. So just look at the bigger picture, look at where you can find new opportunities. And again, it's all about realigning and not staying stuck this week. So it's actually a really good transit, and that will be on the 12th. So in 2 days' time, you will start to feel the effects of that. So finally, we're on to our paranormal topic, and it is spirit orbs. So we're talking about spirit orbs because the reason is because I actually had a few spirit orbs. I think there was around between 3 and 5, I think, on my TikTok video. It was on my monthly predictions for September, and I actually posted a little clip on it on all my social media, so you can go and look for it very recently in the last week. It's called Spirit Orbs, and I've done a few videos on them, and you could actually see like what looked like little bubbles, little sparkles flying around me, zooming past me. Never actually seen that before in a video, and viewers kept pointing it out. Of course, they were spirit guides. They were spirit guides, angelic beings of light. They were definitely light energy. Dark energy would not manifest in that way. I've seen dark energy and it does not manifest in light orbs. So this was actually fantastic. So I thought I'll talk about it, and I'll read out a few viewers' stories because it will interest you. So firstly, a spirit orb, yes, it is what is it? It is a spirit guide. It can be a loved one in spirit, it can be an angelic being of light, it can be a spirit child. So if you've lost a child in spirit, it can come around you. It can be an ascended master guide, it could be a healing guide. a protection guide, and they can come in a range of colors. So the majority of you that have left comments have said blue and green. You could see them as little gem sparkles, or you can actually see them as round orbs. Someone actually said they saw a massive one the size of a watermelon. So they come in different sizes, and most of you are seeing green and blue. The reason you see green and blue is to do with healing. It's electromagnetic energy of green and blue and healing. A little bit like when you see comets flying through the universe and they burn up that strong electromagnetic energy, and it always seems to glow blue or green. Some glow pink as well, but it's that really bright bluey green color. And then you've also got like an ultraviolet color as well that I see quite a lot. That's the color I see. So we're just going to read out a few interesting comments. This is a very sad one. So Yvonne has said, my mum passed away one night, and while my sister and I were talking, she was in an orb, very bright, floating near the door for about 10 seconds before flying out of the window to leave. So there she was, her face was in the orb, and then she went. That is amazing, Yvonne. It means you have natural clairvoyance. You can actually see spirit. And she was ready to go at the time, and she said goodbye. It was her way of saying goodbye. I'm leaving. My soul is leaving now. But obviously, she's still around you in that orb. And they can actually travel in the orbs as well. It's their way of showing you they're there. So we have Alison is saying, what I see all the time are tiny pale blue orbs all around me and my dog. They sparkle like stars. So yes, they will sparkle like little gemstones. This is normal. They can even look a bit like fairy dust. You can see it on my video, but the ones on my video are white or light colored. And they seem to be very excited on my video. I don't know why. And then we have, I've seen lots of, this is Wendy. Yes, I've seen lots of orbs. I could see faces and beautiful colors, so beautiful. So faces, some people actually seeing faces in the orbs. Wow, it's amazing. It'd be amazing if we saw orbs on my videos with faces of my spirit guides in them. And then I could I could introduce them, couldn't I? Because I do know all my spirit guides. I know most of their names as well. What's really interesting, most of them are male, and they're either priest-like or warrior type. Warrior type, you know, warriors like a Native American or Knights Templar, or they're like a monk or priest-like, which is no surprise, is it? Because of the spiritual work I do. And we've got, oh, we had so many people here. They were talking about how tired they were from the eclipse. Auntie Boo says, there's always a lot in my house, orbs that is. There's 2 cats and older woman and a whole bunch of others. I just welcome the whole bunch. So she knows who they are when she sees the orbs. Someone said, I don't know the name, but they said a bright orange ball, oh, an orange one, shot out of a wall and went through my lounge and then disappeared. 2 people had recently died. So orange, that's amazing. That could just be fire energy, couldn't it, of the transition. And someone said, I'm trying to find it, someone said about they had to do a soul rescue. So I'm just going to read Georgina. When I was about 10, I woke up in the middle of the night to see one the size of a melon in purple above my head. Now that can be to do with psychic energy, can't it? Third eye, psychic energy, purple. So Paula says, I have a great relationship with orbs. I've seen them in my house and have asked them to sit in my hands, seen many in cemeteries. And the biggest one I saw sat at the top of a tree. It was huge, like person size. I think someone sent me a picture of one. It was like a green bright green one. It was with her children, and it was like on the floor. It was outdoors. They like being outdoors as well. And then I'm just going to read Christine. After my son-in-law passed, my little granddaughter, his daughter, had a photo taken on the first birthday without him. She was covered in orbs. So that was him being around his daughter. He was in spirit. And then I can't find it, but someone said that they had to do a soul rescue because orbs can be lost spirits too. Not necessarily bad spirits, but lost spirits, and they had to do a rescue. But you can go with your feeling, with what you feel the orb is. So if you feel like relaxed, it's fine, then it is. But if you feel, you know, it's unsettled, then yes, then it may need an exorcism or a soul rescue. So remember, you can follow me. Soul-Voyance is my name, Psychic Selina. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can subscribe free to my YouTube channel, Soul-Voyance. You can also subscribe, free or paid, to my Substack subscription, which is called the VIP Portal, and it includes lots of world and celebrity event predictions. It includes astrology transits, and then if you want the paid version, you've got a goodie bag of readings, horoscopes, meditations, and more. All the links to these are under this video or under this under the links in this video on my website as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to say bye for now. See you next week.